How's it going, people? It is Liam Catterson here with another episode of Lucifer as we get into episode number 8 of season 4 as we are dawning closer towards the end, and things are really taking some drastic turns, especially with Lucifer's wings. He's so adamant he doesn't want to become a monster, especially after the whole kerfuffle with episode number 6. And yeah, his wings have taken a very, very drastic turn, so it's going to be very interesting to see what direction that's going to take us for the duration of this season, and if Lucifer can have them changed back to, I guess, the angelic form that they were before. So yeah, but yeah, I've really loved this season so much. I feel like it is probably within my top 2 favourite seasons, like especially with season 2 there, which was very, very incredible. I feel like this season has just been so incredible, and I am really excited to see how things do conclude with the season, especially since it seems like we're bringing Father Kinley back into the fold, especially since he seemingly has been convinced that his prediction that he was warning about regarding Lucifer might have taken a bit of a misunderstanding. So and we can kind of put 2 and 2 together that the prediction is like 100% confirmed to be Eve. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to delving into this episode. So with that said, let's get into episode number 8 of season 4 of Lucifer. Let's go.
Apparently, there is a tradition here on Earth to ask someone to be a backup parent in case something happens to...
Is he asking Lucifer to be the kiddo's godfather?
Incarnate to be the child's godfather.
Oh my goodness!
This birth is imminent.
Oh, my heart!
I don't know how to be a father. How am I supposed to prepare?
Well, I would have
32 years old. Yep, she's a teacher.
Whatever's happening here is undoubtedly somehow my fault.
Oh, Lucifer. This is really awkward.
Totally cool. In fact, the janitor, he's the guy who found the body, claims that Miss Baez every morning jogs a track, she showers, and then she heads to class.
And apparently someone ambushed her as she was getting dressed.
Is someone gonna read the room?
My first girlfriend, and she's...
Your first love.
Exactly. So to stop evil from being released, all I need to do is, drum roll please...
break up with her?
Break up with Eve.
Oh. That puts the whole pause on the prophecy.
I mean, usually these prophecies turn out to be gobbledygook, but...
Is it too late?
So...
Don't worry, okay? I promise you that I will never, ever, ever...
Yeah, it's not that, but okay.
Surprise me.
Because I love you too.
Oh, this is difficult.
The final nail in the coffin of their relationship.
Weirdly enough, things got really bad after they went to couples therapy.
Oh no, Linda. Oh, poor Linda. Oh, she's going to be the anti-third wheel, I guess.
Do you have a good relationship with your father?
I love all my daddies.
Right.
Oh.
Excuse me.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And don't you just hate it when he takes the exact wrong message from every single conversation?
Oh my God! Every single time!
Right. Why don't we
Oh no.
How have we not met?
Linda's got a new BFF. This is not going to the script.
You know, Lucifer has a
Gift from my father to hear. It's priceless.
That's good.
I don't think they give
I
a
mean, you'll
toss.
be highly motivated to come back with my money.
No, Amenadel! Whoa!
I will, because I was the cliche bad husband. Infidelity, selfishness, neglect. In hindsight, I really gave Emma no other option but to break
Oh,
up.
he's gonna absorb that.
Cliche bad husband.
No, oh, for crying out loud. Chloe's judging. Can't blame her. You know, if she had them all to that herself, like steal those cheese balls from me, I would be livid. I would be upset. I'd be like Joey from Friends when his date went for the chips. I'd be like, Liam doesn't chef. I'm kidding.
What seems to be the problem?
We got a warrant out for his arrest. He's wanted for murder.
Murder? No.
It's not linked to the teacher, right? Unless...
I said get down on the ground, put your hands on your head. Hey, you're hurting me.
For crying out loud!
Why are you pointing your gun at me?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Nothing wrong.
Put your hands on down! He's my friend! He's a friend.
Dan! Thank goodness, Dan. These assholes were really pissing me off. But, you know, they're adopting that realism, I guess.
It's like they'd already made up their minds.
Look, those two cowboy hotheads are way out of line. I'm filing an excessive force complaint against them as soon as all this is over.
Thank you,
What
Dan.
changes will come as a result of your complaint?
Probably nothing.
Oh my god, this is really heartbreaking because nothing will be done.
What if it's true? Someone might have it out for Lucifer. I guess it's possible.
Oh, it's all coming crashing down for Dan.
Tracking down the department cars, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell Chloe or to not tell him.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Dan?
Cool stuff. Okay. Well, why don't we,
I think it's because she hasn't found the one.
Let's practice on me. We can pretend to be on a date and, can try to figure out what's going on.
Ship!
Okay. I'll start. Hi, I'm Eve.
And I'm just as bad because I covered it all up and I lied about Caleb.
Yeah, you feel like you're an accomplice.
Because I'm telling the truth and I can prove it.
How?
Lexi's bloody clothes. I was supposed to get rid of them.
Ooh!
I didn't even care about Harvard. Lexi just wanted me to be someone I'm not.
Of one-on-one. Tomorrow.
As long as we can get ice cream afterwards.
Yeah! Ice cream!
By the way, you got nothing to worry about.
About what?
Being a dad. You got
I do love this.
That's just Lucifer. He can be a self-sabotaging jackass sometimes, but he will come around. Maybe a full knockdown.
Maybe.
Way too awesome.
And if things don't work out...
You want another drink?
If I take a shot.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, so I
Dan, stop.
I'm gonna do you a solid, okay? I wanna go tell Eve exactly how you feel about her.
Oh my god! Maze! I think Dad's deserving this.
All you got? Come on, give it to me! Come on!
You want me to hurt you?
I should have just said this straight away.
Here we go.
I want to break up with you.
Oh, it stings,
I
but
understand.
it's being
I've been trying so hard to
benevolent.
please you. I want to be with you.
And I don't like who I am with you.
This is it. You shouldn't feel like you're gonna change and whatnot because you're with someone, and
I have to take this as work.
this is better than just hurting others.
Detective, how?
Not Caleb. You are shitting me. Oh my god.
I know who did this.
I'll drive.
Oh, I love like how Lucifer's being there for him, but this is fucked up.
I can feel the floor shaking.
Why?
And the glass begins to break.
I warned that boy not to do that, man.
Fuck, hit them all up. Fuck them all up.
No place to raise my son.
This is it, though. Sadly, there is a lot of evil and decay in the world, but there's also good, like Caleb. Oh my god.
So special. In fact, you see me that way. But I don't like how that makes me feel either.
Oh, Menadel. That's very, very... Oh.
These patterns of denial is the first step toward resolving these issues.
This is it. He's bringing
Doctor, this isn't progress.
down the
Because
facade.
If I'm doing this to myself, then the real truth is...
Is what?
I am evil. I'm drowning, Doctor.
Oh my goodness.
And I can't stop asking myself, why do I hate myself so much?
Oh man, that's really... He kills it every time, Tom Ellis. He really does. And, like Linda said, this is a good step in the right direction in terms of... Because he can't keep hiding behind his father in terms of who's going to take the fall. And that's because more and more it's going to eat him. The truth... the truth is going to eat him away in terms of, you know, what he really feels is the issue. And I really do like the fact that he made some big progress there in terms, like Linda being so supportive. But man, that was rough, especially with the Menadel storyline and how that ended, because... Honestly, I was split if it was going to be the people that he was doing dealings with, or if it was going to be down to racism. Because, you know, sadly, we do live in a world where people abuse their power, and black people will get unfairly treated to the point where they will die, and officers will feel a lack of empathy. So yeah, I was torn, like, when I was like thinking no, not Caleb and whatnot, because it could have gone either way. But I feel like in terms of you know, how dangerous the situation is, you know, doing dealings and whatnot, yeah. Oh. So yeah, that was very, very powerful stuff. Like I said, with this season, it just keeps delivering, in my opinion, and this episode was definitely no exception. There was some really powerful moments in this episode, and it will be very interesting to see where things go with Eve, and now that Lucifer and Eve are broken up. And of course, that prophecy is not going to be you know, absent now that Lucifer and Eve have broken up. I feel like it's gonna go in two directions, but I'll go into that in a bit. But yeah, this was really, really powerful, especially towards the end, with Lucifer like finally accepting how he's been in denial, and how he has that hatred for himself, and you know, it really does sting, like, especially like when I'm sure a lot of people, like including me, have had bouts where they felt like they have had this you know, voice calling to them as if they are there is something wrong and that they hate themselves. And this is Lucifer like coming at a vulnerable point where he realizes he shouldn't be hiding behind any obstacle. He shouldn't be hiding behind his father, and he can't put any kind of blame. He needs to, you know, confront himself that there is this feeling inside of him that he hates himself, and this will be a good first step for him. So it's an emotional thing, but it is a very progressive thing. Like, I really love how Linda was very supportive, especially since this is a very, very big thing that Lucifer is admitting to. So, yeah, but it was really incredible. And like I said, Tom Ellis, he just knows how to kill it. And like, in those moments, in those very, very sincere moments. So I really appreciated how things went by in that moment. But yeah, honestly, I feel like with Eve and Lucifer, it might be for the best, especially since they are both affected in their like own ways and whatnot, in terms of how this relationship might not do them that much good in the long run. Especially with Lucifer, he wants to maintain those relationships and he doesn't want to change for the worst. And, you know, I can understand why Lucifer, especially with his, you know, breakup, his speech and whatnot, they are not healthy for each other. And, it is for the best. And you could really see on his face about, and with his words about how, respectful he was with Eve, and how he very much appreciates her. And it's coming from someone who just hates a breakup in a relationship and whatnot, and it is a very, very hard journey to digest, especially when you realize that this is not going to be good in the long run, and we have to cut the cord here before things do get worse and whatnot. So yeah, like, I do feel so bad for Eve. Like, Eve was doing so like, this is what she was doing. She was so invested with him, and she absolutely loved the pants off him. But it will be very interesting to see where Eve's story does go, because I feel like we're setting up for Maze and Eve. Especially with Maze trying to get on the dating scene, but it's not, working out with the 20-odd people that she's tried with, and with her and Eve, they were clicking on, and there has been a setup with Maze to find someone, to be happy with someone, and now that Eve's, I guess, on the market, I guess, as they say, now that Eve is single, there is an opening opportunity, and Dan even teased about it. So, which, May's beating the shit out of him is pretty much needed. Like, he was I'm not getting onto another Dan rant, don't worry. This is not going to be 3 episodes in a row. But, yeah, he was a lot more tolerable in this episode. But he's, of course, feeling a lot of guilt with himself, and he was crossing a few lines with his confrontation regarding Maze and Eve. So, yeah, he was really being a bit of a dick when he was like, oh, why don't I ask her out? Because he knew what was going on. He read the room, but he was, feelings are still in a bit of a fluster, but Dan decided to make things even worse. So, yeah, but, yeah, I will be interested to see where Eve's story does go, because I feel like she's going to accept this between Lucifer and Eve, between Lucifer and herself, shall I say? But yeah, I feel like she's going to accept this and potentially move on, especially if Maze and Eve does happen. So, but how her dynamic with Lucifer is going to be will be very interesting to see. So. Yeah, but I do feel a bit for her. Like, she is trying, and breakups are never especially if you're so devoted to that person, it's never a good thing emotionally. So I do feel for her, because she was trying and she was devoted to Lucifer, and yeah, so but it will be very interesting, because I do feel like even though the breakup has happened, it doesn't the prophecy doesn't become mute, and I have a feeling where it's going to go in terms of 2 directions, because I did mention earlier this season about, okay, so what if this is all pointing towards the Menedale's child? like, that could be a very, very interesting element, like, especially, and it would be a double heartache for Amenadel, especially with this episode. But, like, I don't know, what if, like, I've mentioned about the fact that there's been this warning about humans and Celestials, they shouldn't be mingling, and this is taking it to a whole new level. And I'm just thinking about what if we have the Antichrist, basically? What if we have someone that's going to be worse than Lucifer, potentially, that we might have to... I don't know, because that could be a possibility. But the other thing that I am keeping tabs on is Chloe, because it's a possibility. I mean, Lucifer fell for Chloe, as we know. Like, there was this thing that happened in season 2 and then season 3, and then, you know, yeah. So, but I'm just really, really curious to see how that works out with the wording with, like, Eve and how she said she loved Lucifer. But then again, I don't know if Lucifer, like, I don't think Lucifer said those words back. It was only one way, wasn't it? So, there is still that potential opening. So, because it's the devil finds his first love. And I'm not sure if he said I love Eve out there in the open. I don't think he has anyway. So it's only been one way from what I recall. So there is the prospect that Chloe could still keep that prophecy alive, but we'll just have to wait and see what does happen about that. So yeah. But yeah, the other side of things with Caleb, especially with the fact that he was involved with the whole crime of the week, because we had the setup being planted with Lexi killing the teacher, of course, and both Nate, who was more reluctant with Lexi just, you know, going full in. Yeah, they set Caleb, but the story with Caleb and Menadel was really heartbreaking, especially with the ending. And it wasn't just that, though, but it was also the racism as well. Like, I gotta commend the fact that I feel like the writers did a really, really good job at showing the representation of how devastating racism can be, especially when it comes to people on the force and them confronting black people. But they're also they're also making a point about, you know, not everyone on the force is going to be like those two officers. So I really liked how they kept things a bit loose there. But yeah, I really, really, like, my heart shattered with that scene where Caleb and Amenadel were being threatened by those cops, and the cop pulled a gun on Amenadel, especially. Like, one of them was hurting Caleb, and then Amenadel was just trying to ease the situation, and then they took it to a whole new level. And I commend the writers, because this is a real life thing, and it's really tragic, and it really breaks your heart, and it does frustrate you as well, because, like I said, this is a thing that does happen, and sadly, in some cases, it goes to a full extreme where the cops will kill black people, and there will be no remorse because of their racist mindset. And that's why I was thinking it could have gone two ways, really, with Caleb's death. It could have been those cops, because they will go to that length. We know in real life they have done so. Or it could have been Tahir, and because of the complications that was established earlier in the episode. So it seems like, of course, Tahir was responsible, and Amenadel dealt with him. I really liked that partnership with Lucifer, though. Like, what I really loved with that moment was Lucifer was so comforting to him. Like, he sensed his pain and was there for him, and Amenadel knew who got to Caleb, and Lucifer was like, yeah, I'll drive, and I don't think he even partook in any of the fight. He just had his eyes turn red and kept Tahir's people back, whereas Amenadel went full in with Tahir, which was, yeah, I was so like rooting for Amenadel because, yeah, it was really just tragic as well with Amenadel trying to learn a few lessons in terms of being a father with Caleb, and this was a devastating blow. And with the thing with Lucifer and wanting to help out with Amenadel as well, and being comforting, like, I love the parallels where Lucifer at the beginning said he doesn't see himself as being a good father figure, but in the later part of the episode when he said I'll drive and whatnot, and he would be supportive of Amenadel, I feel like that is a good showing of how maybe Lucifer would be a good enough godfather, a good enough influence, because he was there for Amenadel. So if something happened to Amenadel and his son especially, I feel like with Caleb, that's a good representation of what's going to happen, like what would happen with Lucifer. He would be there for Amenadel. So yeah, I just really thought that it was a really, really heartbreaking scenario, because like even Dan said when like Dan was there being supportive, so like that's why I was saying there's a bit of leniency with Dan in this episode, because he broke up, because it could have gone a lot worse in regards to those corrupt officers, and I know Dan's a corrupt person, especially with the whole thing that Ella has found out that someone within the Force confronted Tinia. So yeah, not looking good for Dan. How long that's going to like be out there in the open, it's gonna be very interesting to see. But yeah, it could have gone a lot worse for Amenadel and Caleb, and Dan stepped in. And not just that though, but Dan, you know, he was sadly speaking common sense about the fact that Amenadel, and Dan knows that even if he puts a complaint in, it's not going to do anything, because this is a thing that's going to keep, like, there are going to be people, like, even to this day, especially with the controversy with George Floyd, and how that was a very, very big vocal point of last year. There's still going to be people in 2021 who are working for the police, who are corrupt, who are racist, who think that they have power. They see a black person, should I say, and they feel like they have the authority to be racist, to be threatening, and will shoot on sight because they're assholes. And that's sad, and that's sadly the reality of the situation, because there are too many corrupt people in this world, and that paints to what Amenadel said about how, you know, Earth is no place to raise my son. And I don't know if that's going to open the door for Remy to come back, but honestly, yeah, like, I feel like there's going to be some kind of, like, balance with Amenadel's mindset, because he is seeing how corrupt people can be with Tahir, with those officers. And this is the sad nature of the world. There are some assholes out there, but there are also some influential people like Caleb. So I'm not sure if it's going to go to Remy. Remy's going to return, or if he's going to find some balance. That there are terrible people out there, but there is also beauty in humanity as well. So, and this could also be a very raw in the moment thing, which is understandable, but we'll just have to wait and see where that goes. But it was very, very powerful. But yeah, a very solid episode, and 2 episodes left remaining. It will be very interesting to see where things go with Lucifer's mindset, like, I guess, worsening, because the wings that were exposed in the end of the last episode were it was tormenting him, as you could see in those closing moments, and we have him coming to the admission that he hates himself. So I am really worried about Lucifer's mindset coming into these last 2 episodes, as well as the whole prophecy thing, but we shall just have to wait and see what does happen. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!